Hey guys, for anyone watching right now, there's approximately 10 minutes till the game's scheduled to start, so we're just gonna wait it out. Apparently, my clock, my time, which is meant to display on the stream, is apparently not working. So it is it's not even 10, it's meant to be 8 minutes from now, so give it approximately 8 minutes. It's meant to start around 7:30 EST. So we'll give it 8. I'll be right back with you guys once the game started. Might try and find some non-copyright music or something to play for 8 minutes. So I'll be right back with you guys. Just hold on. Thanks.
Is all this feeling gone? All day, put your name on the night. Burn hot, watch us fall from sky. Break down to the end of the light. I'm gonna take these walls down. There's nothing left of me. I'm gonna take these walls down. Don't close your eyes if you swear that you want to fall asleep again. Got no time for demons, chase them down. I never came home. Is all this feeling gone? All day, put your name on the map. Just burn hard, watch us fall from the sky. This break down to the end of the light. I'm gonna take these walls down. All day, put your name on the map. Just burn hard, watch us fall from the sky. This break down to the end of the light. I'm gonna take these walls down. There's nothing left of me. I'm gonna take these walls down. Don't say a word if I'm on this way. Don't say the words if I lose my faith. Don't speak a word, I want nothing left of me. Don't say a word if I'm on this way. Don't say the words if I lose my faith. Don't speak a word, I want nothing left of me. Don't say the words if I'm on this plane. Don't say the words if I lose my faith. Don't speak a word, I want nothing left of me. All day, put your name on the map. Burn hard, watch us fall from the sky. Break down to the end of the light. I'm gonna take these walls down. Another day brought down in flames. These little rooms all feel the same. And through the years, her voice, it echoes down the hallways. Some things never change. And I can't say for sure if this is what you wanted. If we ever figured out how to make this easier, we must have lost it. But I will say the years fly by. Like thoughts through my mind. We'll be just fine. We'll be alright.
Alright, guys, looks like we're about to start. So, just waiting for them to confirm they're all good, and then we'll get the game underway. So, what I'll do is I'll meet you guys on the draft screen. I mean, I assume it's only going to be about 10 seconds or so. Or, I mean, maybe about a minute, let's just say, just in case. They're probably having a quick chat, making sure everyone's okay. So, I'll be with you guys as soon as I'm in the draft screen, and then we'll get the game going. Looks like they're already calling Radiant die aside and things like that. So give it a minute and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MLP cast for AD2L Season 15. This will be the semi-finals best of 3 series between Prancing Roosters and Aethereal Nexus. We'll see how this goes. I've casted Prancing Roosters before in a different league. I have a feeling I've casted Aethereal Nexus as well. Possibly. I can't remember exactly. But we'll find out. By the way, if you look at this draft screen and you see like the frames are dropping and you think, oh no, it's going to be a terrible stream, don't worry about that. For some retarded reason, my draft screen in Dota 2 always has frame drops like this, so it always looks like it's going to be terrible. Just stick it out with me, because as soon as we get out of the draft screen, like, it goes perfectly fine. I don't know why the draft screen is so laggy but like literally what you're seeing is what I'm seeing. So it's not actually the stream or upload speeds or anything like that. It's literally just Dota 2 for some reason has these like frame drops for me. So just stick it out with me if you could, and you'll find that it's not laggy once we actually get into the stream of the game. So we have two ban-outs for each team. We have a Sniper Potom ban-out from Prancing Roosters and Monkey King Slaughter from Aethereal Nexus, and a quick Lena pickup from Prancing Roosters. I've got to say, I mean, Aethereal Nexus, they have some pretty, like, relatively, like, standard bans. Like, that's something we just see all the time. No surprises with the Monkey King or the Slaughter. However, Sniper Potom ban is a bit interesting, so perhaps Prancing Roosters may know something about Aethereal Nexus and how they like to play, and that's why they've chosen those bans. I'm not sure. They're a bit left field. Regardless, though, we see Aethereal Nexus, they pick up a Warlock Invoker relatively quickly. So they've got that mid, they've got that hard support. Obviously, Invoker, very standard mid. Nothing too surprising there. The Warlock, we don't see it too often, but it is very strong. Like, the Fatal Bonds is great. The Upheaval is so... people really underestimate that skill. It is a ridiculously good skill. It's great crowd control. You also have the heal, which is always good early game, which can also be a nuke as well. And then you've got the Golem, of course, which is the main reason why you choose Warlock. But Warlock is a great overall support. It's just probably slightly greedier than other supports, and it's a bit slower to get up and online. But once you have it online, it's all good. Then we have the Warlock pickup from Prancing Roosters. So there's the offlane. Centaur, obviously extremely strong as an offlaner. Constantly picked by pro teams. Obviously, constantly picked by pretty much any team at these days, because it's an easy hero to play, so it's hard to stuff it up. It's always good. Like, literally, if you're a terrible Centaur player, all you have to do is press Stampede and you'll be okay. So it's a good pickup from them. We see a Silencer ban out, which is extremely standard in these amateur leagues, because nobody wants to get global silenced in a team fight, because it just sucks. And having int stolen from you sucks as well. So nothing too surprising there. I should mention, of course, unfortunately, I do not have a co-caster with me, so I will be doing analysis where I can. Obviously, my main thing is to obviously hype and play by play, but you know, nevertheless, we can't hype all the time. Got to do a bit of analysis. We see the Pudge ban, we see the Ember and the Axe ban. Pudge is Pudge is a good hero now. Like, it's actually picked up by pro scenes, but we don't see it ban out that often. So Prancing Rooster is very scared of a roaming Pudge. And there's the Lion. So this Warlock isn't going to be position 4, maybe position 5, maybe a position 4 Warlock. And put the Lion in the position 5. Warlock, like I said, he's a bit greedier. So they may opt to let Warlock get a few last hits, get a quick Midas up, and allow him to, you know, farm up the Ags. You know, if it goes extremely late, obviously get a refresh or something like that. We'll see what they decide to do with them. Those are two interesting picks, both very strong, but I mean, Aethereal Nexus, they do look very greedy at the moment. The Lion does help out a bit, but still, I mean, these aren't the most selfless supports in the world. It's not like you just chose like a Dazzle or something, and all you're going to be doing is healing the whole game. There's the Lich from Prancing Roosters, so that should be their position 5. Lich, obviously a very good hero. You can keep him in mid lane to help out the mid laner, you know, do a dual lane, and just pretty much have him denying and harassing a bit. With that third skill, the sacrifice, I believe it is. Yeah, sacrifice. So with that, I mean, you can always just deny the range creep straight away. Not only does it help you get that creep equilibrium going your way, your mid laner's way, but it denies a lot of that XP and gold from the opposing mid laner. And at level 1, you can do that every minute, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but it pretty much means every second creep wave, they're going to be missing a range creep, which is really bad for them. And not to mention as well, Lich actually gets some XP for denying them. So it's a very easy hard support to play because you're actually able to get those get that XP that you desperately need. And while doing that, you're maintaining your own mid lane and making sure the opposing mid lane does not get any farm or XP, or is missing out on some regardless. So it is definitely a good pickup. But then we see the Juggernaut. Now that's a very safe carry to pick. Very popular. Got slightly nerfed with the 5 movement speed nerf, which we have seen in play, because when you spin, even though it only looks like 5 movement speed, trying to keep up with other heroes while you're spinning, it can be pretty painful. So it did hurt him a bit, and there's a Wraith King. Now, I know personally that Prancing Roosters like it because I was supposed to be casting a game with them yesterday, except I overslept, but they did pick up the Wraith King for the game I saw them playing. So they are a fan of it. I believe in the Wraith King. It's very good late game. Obviously the Reincarnate is extremely good. You die, the whole other team gets slowed down, which gives your team so much leeway to do what they need to do. And when you've got a Centaur that can stampede to make sure you can catch up and get in position, it's just so good. And at level 25, worst case scenario, if Wraith King is struggling with mana, he can always select the level 25 talent to have no mana cost for Reincarnate. Now, we don't generally see that. They usually opt for the plus 20% Vampiric offer, because it helps you and your team so much more. And usually by that point, you have enough mana as a Wraith King to not lose it all. But there is an Invoker who can use EMP, and there's also a Juggernaut who can choose to pick up a Diffusal Blade. And a Lion who can drain mana to make matters worse. So you've got 2 definite mana drainers, and you've got 1 potential one in Juggernaut. The VS pickup was there as well. That should be a position 4 VS. So she'll pretty much probably be roaming. Or maybe just sticking with Wraith King as a dual stun lane. And let Lich help out Lena in the mid lane. See how that goes. Just a good overall support. Obviously, it can rotate to core if it really wants, but you don't generally see that because by that point, like, it's too late. They haven't got enough farm or XP to be able to do that. I'll wait for this final pickup here from Aethereal Nexus. They are missing an offlaner. Wait to see what it is. They're going to need something decent though, because if they go up against the lane with Wraith King and Vengeful, it's going to be painful. You've got a dual direct targeted stun, and it's not going to be easy. You've still got people like you've still got heroes like Bristle on the books. There's not too much else I can think of here. Like, even Bristle's not the best pickup, but it probably would be good in terms of being able to tank a lot of that damage they're going to throw at you. But they're taking their time thinking about it, and it will actually be a Legion Commander. That's very interesting. I wasn't assuming that because you've got the Centaur that you don't want to duel. You've got a Wraith King you don't really want to duel because of the Reincarnate. The rest of the heroes are okay to duel, but I mean, unless this Legion gets a pretty good start, I'm not sure how this is going to go for her. Regardless, we'll see what they're able to pull off here. Obviously, this is the semi-finals, so both teams are relatively good in their own right. So we really can't underestimate what these teams can do. By the way, guys, if you throughout the cast, if you enjoy what you see, consider following on the Twitch, on the Twitter, on the YouTube. This is my aspiration to turn it into a professional career. So if you guys enjoy it, consider supporting by following. Otherwise, if you didn't like it, just leave in the chat some criticism or feedback, which I will take on board, and I won't hold it against you. So If you guys didn't like it, just let me know what you didn't like, and I'm happy to try and fix it, because that's the idea. Alright, without further ado, let's see what happens in this game. I'm going to quickly go through the heroes and see what lanes they're going to in just a moment. Alright, so on the Radiant end, we do have Aethereal Nexus. We have Tumo, he'll be playing that Invoker. We have Dr. Crossades playing the Lion. Odd Dude will be playing the Juggernaut. Tip the Strippers. Always tip the strippers. We'll be playing that Legion Commander. And finally, Galaxy will be playing the Warlock. Meanwhile, on the side of Prancing Roosters, we have Cedar Boy. We'll be playing the Wraith King. My apologies, I was about to say Skeleton King. Rest in peace, sir. But they changed him for no apparent reason. Woodopotamus, I believe that's how you pronounce it, will be playing the Vengeful Spirit. We have Okam's Chainsaw, who I like to call Chainsaw, playing the Centaur. Ashandi will be on the line, and finally we have Merc, who will be playing that Lich. And it does look like it's going to be a bit of a dual lane in the mid. You can see Merc's already there, ready to deny that range creep. It is a dual lane at top as well, but like if they're struggling at top, then Lich can always just TP and help out and make it a tri-lane instead. And it looks like nobody's really going to contest any runes. There was an aggressive ward placed by the Dire, but it's not a bad ward, but it doesn't give the best vision you could have. Really, you'd rather place it right there to give vision on the opposing mid laner, because it will cover all of this area right here, as well as some of that area. But they've placed it a bit further to the right, which again, I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, but they probably just want to keep an eye on the rune, make sure nobody rotates to mid, which is absolutely fine. So we'll be Alina up against Invoker. Both heroes should get relatively good farm. I can't imagine either of them having too much of an issue. I suppose Lina will be able to eventually zone the Invoker out, because it is Alina with the massive attack range and the cheap nukes that she has. Invoker really should not be able to stand too long. Then again, if he gets some quass, he'll be able to naturally just heal up over time. But I mean, you've got a nuker like Lina, who's just going to cause absolute havoc for this Invoker. He has gone for the Exalt Quass build, so we will see some Sunstrikes coming out. We'll have to try and keep a close eye on them around the map, because they're relatively hard to keep up with sometimes. So hopefully we don't miss too many kills. And in fact, it is a tri-lane at top. We saw Merc rotate, and they actually go for a stun onto Galaxy. There's no chain stun yet from Cedar Boy. He was a bit too far away, unfortunately, so he was out of position to make it happen. Probably a bit of miscommunication there, because that should have been first blood. But regardless, they will have probably another opportunity. Meanwhile, there's a spin onto Chainsaw. The stun actually misses, unfortunately, because the spin was there. And Chainsaw, he might be dead. They need one more hit, and that's where the movement speed comes into play. The Sunstrike completely misses. They get one last hit, but it doesn't matter. He does end up getting away, and actually Lion took a lot of damage from that tower. Really wanted to get that last hit in, but just wasn't in range to do it. And this is where that movement speed comes into play, like I said. Like, you don't think 5 movement speed is is really a big deal, but it really can be. It really can mean the difference between a kill or non-kill. And this gives Chainsaw enough time to go salve up and be fine. In fact, no, he used the Shrine for that. My apologies. Now he's got the Iron Talon as well. So he's going to be able to rotate to jungle if things get worse. But it looks like he's able to get quite a lot of XP and farm at his tier 1. They did end up pooling at the end of the day, but they've got to really manage to make a double pull here. Otherwise, it's going to push the lane, which they haven't done. And we did miss the first kill. It was on Warlock. I should have paid attention to the top lane. Woodopotamus gets it. So they've probably changed a couple stuns. Yeah, there was a Wraith Fire Blast, a Magic Missile, and the Frost Blast. They end up getting the kill onto Warlock, so that's first blood to the way of Prancing Roosters. A good start for them. They've got to create a lot of space for this Wraith King. He does require a fair bit of farm before he gets online and gets going. Be interesting to see whether he goes for that Blink Dagger style build so he can initiate and set up the stun for Lena. But then again, you do have a VS for that anyway, so it's not necessary. It's just better to get into positioning. Still though, things relatively quiet. Looks like Tumo, he will be going for a Midas. Just picks up the boots. That harassment from Lena being really frustrating. Level 2 Dragon Slave as well, so it does a fair bit of damage. It's a relatively low mana cost. In fact, it's a level 3 now. Actually, Cold Snap with the Forged Spirit. They're going up against each other. The Sunstrike now. Good stun out from Ashandi. Both players basically missed the opportunity. I mean, Invoker really wanted that kill. They're going for the rune now. Actually, Ashandi will pick it up. No, it's denied. So Tumo gets a good deny there. And they will make it so Shandi really can't fill up that bottle now. Really wants to go for that Dragon Slave. Can't get in range for it. Ended up going for the right click first to try and get him down a bit. Let's not forget, it's 250 damage on the Dragon Slave. Almost kills Tumo, in fact. He does have level 1 Quas though, so he can slowly heal it up. He's got 4 HP regen at the moment. So he'll probably be okay. Obviously, would prefer level 2 Quas for the healing purposes, but you know, worst case scenario, he'll just stick around. And no, in fact, he's backing off because it's too dangerous with Elena, who can just Dragon Slave to death. Galaxy has to be really careful with this positioning because Woodopotamus is there. In fact, now they pinged him out, but the stun's there. Now Merc, he's got the chains, the slow off, and there's the stun. And the heal's not going to be enough, I don't think. Galaxy, yeah, he gets taken down from Woodopotamus. Poor positioning, unfortunately, from Galaxy. No warding to show where the Dire heroes are at that time. And I mean, once VS has got the stun, that's all they need. The Chain Frost there as well. In fact, no, it's not called the Chain Frost, is it? It's called the Frost Blast. My apologies. Yeah, so the Frost Blast is basically slow enough. In fact, it's 30% movement slow, which lets Cedar Boy come in with the Wraithfire Blast. And that's all she wrote. So he's got to be slightly more careful because the 2 kills on the board right now are from him. Mind you, it is only a Warlock, so he doesn't care too much about that, but Galaxy definitely doesn't want to give too much more away, especially if it's going towards Cedar Boy and the Wraith King. Crossades, he's got the invis now. Stole it before Ashandi could get there. In fact, Ashandi wasted a lot of time walking to the rune spot. No wards there to outline whether the rune's there or not, so he misses out on another bottle opportunity, unfortunately. Well played to Lion, though, for being on top of those runes. Making sure they're not giving Ashandi these runes to be able to maintain the lane presence. So now, once he's out of mana, and if he loses a bit of health, he'll have to back off back to that fountain because his shrine's already been used. Yeah, even the bot shrine will be up in about 10 seconds, so if he wants to, he can just go to the bot shrine, but definitely not what you want. You'd rather have some bottle charges on you. And Tumo is full HP as well, so he's going to be looking to drag his health down a bit. Ping's coming up, not sure what. I think they wanted a ward there. No, VS, he's actually smoked up. And there's Merc there with him. They want to go on Tumo. They pretty much only need 1 stun from VS, and he's already got it set up. Mo, he's stunned up now. Shandi with the chain. No, Dragon Slave was there, and he actually lets him Ghost Walk away. Oh, that's not the play. So he went for the Dragon Slave instead of using the Light Strike Array first, which gave him enough time to Ghost Walk. Otherwise, if you use the Light Strike Array first, he would have had 1.6 seconds, but it probably would have been enough to get the kill off. Unfortunately, couldn't get there in time. Oh, Sunstrike now on Ashandi. Basically, oh, barely misses Tumo. Got to be kicking himself. Probably should have got the kill there, really. 287.5 pure damage. Not going to be happy with the fact that he missed that. There's another rotation here from Woodopotamus and Merc. And the Crossades, they're going to find him, but he's aware of it. Good warding here from Crossades. So they were always very well aware where they were. And they'll know that Juggernaut could be in a bit of danger. Top lane, in fact, there's a stun up onto the Legion Commander. The heal's there. Ashani, he has double damage though. Tip the Stripper, he has no chance. And Galaxy, he's actually going to cop a lot of damage too. There's the stun as well from Cedar Boy. And the Laguna Blade committed. They'll get the kill. That's a double kill on Ashandi now. And you definitely don't want to give too many kills away to Lena, but I mean, what were they meant to do? There was a double damage rune available. Now, Odd Dude, he's in a bit of trouble himself. Chainsaw gets blocked off by the creep. Really wanted to get some hoof stomps off there. Unfortunately, couldn't. Oh, and there's a Hex up. Have they got the Omni Slash? Yes, they do. And Chainsaw, good hoof stomp. The Sunstrike was there as well. The mana being drained. Odd Dude actually did not commit any Omni Slashes. And they're still not gonna. Merc's gonna walk off. They got the Fatal Bonds though, which could kill off Chainsaw if they can deal the damage onto Merc. Bit unfortunate. If he had Omni Slashed Merc while the Fatal Bonds was there, he would have not only got the kill on the Lich, but he may have got the kill onto Centaur. In fact, it would have been very likely he would have. Because he was very, very low. In fact, it was probably about 150 HP away from dying on the Centaur. And now they might just turn this around. Chainsaw, he's back up full HP. Odd Dude, he's got to be careful. The stun's there, but there's no chain. Now the stun from Lion onto 2. And Woodopotamus cops the ulti. Lich goes down. Now Woodopotamus, it's going to be a double kill for Odd Dude. And he's even going after Chainsaw. In fact, it's not a double kill because Galaxy got one of the kills, but still. 2 kills to the way of the Radiant. Aethereal Nexus is going to be very happy with that. And there's some good bounces there as well. No creeps copying any Omni Slashes. Just went between the Lich and the VS. Exactly what he would have wanted. Oh, Merc. The Frost. Now the Stampede committed. Oh, dude, he has no mana for spin, and he will go down to the double edge. In fact, Woodopotamus wants to keep going. The stun is on cooldown, though. But they will be happy with that. Stampede committed, but the biggest kill they could get on the map has been taken. I wanted to talk about Juggernaut's build right now as well. He's max Blade Dance rather than the spin, and no levels in Healing Ward. Now, I know he has a Warlock next to him to heal him up. I definitely disagree with not maxing the spin. I mean, the damage goes up, the cooldown goes down, and the mana cost goes down, so there's no reason not to max spin. Maxing Blade Dance at this stage of the game isn't the best idea. Like, you're not going to use the crit that often because you basically want a last hit for the next 5 to 10 minutes anyway. So, I mean, I'm intrigued that he went max Blade Dance instead of maxing the spin. And at least going 1 in Healing Ward. So usually you go 1 Blade Dance, max spin, 1 Healing Ward. But this is on... I mean, look, it could work. I get it. Like, he might want to go full fighting style build. But even then, you'd argue you'd want the max spin. Regardless, he doesn't go for it. And as we see, we do have a pause. Bit of a crash there from the mid invoker. We'll have a quick look at these last hits as well. See Cedar Boy and the Wraith King really dominating those last hits. 64 to 11 in comparison to the 51 to 8 of the Juggernaut. So he's doing very well for himself. Obviously, tip the strippers. He's not really able to stop a Wraith King from farming, as well, especially because of, I mean, he's level 8 now. So even if he wanted to try and man fight the Wraith King, he probably would lose. And even if he managed to win, then there's a reincarnate anyway. And Cedar Boy, he already has the Blink Dagger as well. He's also going straight for a Radiance build. So very confident with his farming capabilities at the moment. Whereas Tip the Strippers, he's really only got boots. And, well, he has got 1.6k gold. So, getting very close to that Blink now himself. And actually, good stun from Cedar Boy. Now, a lot of damage. The one-hit crit. And Tip the Strippers, he could be in trouble here. Another crit coming out. The crit's only doing 186 damage, but still. Chainsaw, meanwhile, a bot lane, wants to go onto Odd Dealer. I'm sorry, Odd Dude, my apologies. And no, he's just creep skimming at the moment. Odd Dude, he's going. No spin available, though. And that'll be it. There'll be a bit of mana drain from Lion, just to annoy Chainsaw a bit. But it won't annoy him too much. Oh, dude, he's rushing that Yasha. Obviously, it helps him a lot with the farm. That increased movement speed helps a lot as well as the bit of damage you get. Overall, Yasha is a very good item to get early on. I'm wondering what kind of build he is going to go for, whether he is going to go for the Diffusal, whether he is going to... He's obviously not going to go for a Battle Fury, because it's going to be too late by that point. Tumo, not realizing how close he is to death right now. Waterpotamus really wants to get that stun off. He has no swap available. They've got to be careful not to run to that tower range. Now they're in, so Tumo knows about it. Actually, they're in range to stun, but good Ghost Walk away. They do have the dust, though. There's a stun. There's a Chain Frost, in fact, and a good bounce. Legion Commander, he's TPing in, though. He's got a blink available, so he wants that jewel. Can he make it? No, he actually doesn't have to blink yet. He's 100 gold away. And his TP took too long because the Warlock was TPing in first. And that's a really big shame. He may have been able to get the jewel off if he had been the first one to TP, but not quite the case. Unfortunately, misses out on that opportunity, and now he's left the top lane. He's got to go to the jungle now. Oh, actually, Dr. Crossades, he's in a bit of trouble here. Chainsaw's there. He had the hoof stomp, but didn't use it. Now the Hex coming out. That being said, Crossades is being surrounded. They will choose to defuse the situation and back off. Chainsaw, though, not really being contested at all. He's got his Blink Dagger very soon as well. So both offlaners for both teams are doing fairly well for themselves. Not really being like too contested, not dying. Really helping the cause. Oh, looks like there's going to be a bit of a thing bot lane. There's a duel onto the Centaur, and Centaur looks like he's going to go down with the Hex, and he will do so. I don't believe there was any duel damage that got given away. The spin onto Lich Merc. He's in big trouble, but Ashandi actually got the kill, and he gets a double kill now. And Crossades, no, that'll be the double kill. I thought the Laguna Blade got the kill onto the Legion Commander, but apparently Merc actually got the kill himself, so... Regardless, though, 3 kills going the way of Prancing Roosters now. Going to be very happy with that. In fact, we'll bring up the net worth of all the players rather than last hits, because they don't really matter anymore. And although Wraith King's leading pretty outright, followed closely by Ashandi, so Prancing Roosters, their cores are really dominating. Dr. Crossroads, he has to be careful here. Good Sunstrike coming out onto Waterpotamus. Mana Drain cancelled. Chainsaw was there in the backlines for the stun if necessary, but he's really going to want to try and get that blink first. Meanwhile, T1 mid lane goes down. Mo, he's got to be careful. He can change to the Coast Walk, and he does get it. The users there, they drop the sentry, the stun as well. There's no Laguna that commit the Chain Frost, and good kill. Very good kill from Prancing Roosters. Quick sentry drop from Merc. Unfortunately had no dust for himself, but still. And we should mention, of course, we just did see it, but the Yules is available on Ashandi now, so he's going to be able to set up that stun all by himself. And in fact, they're going to go for the tier 1 mid now, and there's nobody that's going to really stop them here. Looks like Odd Dude tried to come in for a deny. Couldn't quite get there in time. Odd Dude, he's really struggling with that to finish that Yasha. I think he may have just gotten the Yasha recipe. Yeah, he did. He's got it available in the stash, so... He hasn't had the best lane in the world. He died, I believe... Yeah, he died twice. Or no... Yeah, no, he actually did die twice. I was right. He did get 2 kills, though. So it kind of evens it out, but... At the end of the day, him dying is worth more than a support dying on the other end. They do smoke up. And they're looking towards that bot lane. The target will either be Merc, Chainsaw, or Waterpotamus. And they have a jewel available. And the blink is also available, so the jewel should be first. Now they find Waterpotamus. It's the easiest kill to get. The swap is there, but Dr. Crossroads is there. And now he will end up getting taken down. They commit the kitchen sink to get that kill, but Invoker with the Meteor Sunstrike. Meanwhile, mid lane, Ashandi playing around with Juggernaut at the moment. Not enough mana for the Laguna Blade, so has to let him get away. But still, they get a bit of jewel damage. They get a good little kill onto the VS. Making himself quite a bit of gold as well. Stun out onto the Jug. Cedar boy. Won't go any further though. Appears to just want that tier 1 at the moment. TP support is coming in. Tip the Strippers is here. He has the jewel available in 10. And it looks like he's actually going to make a bit of a chase here. Confident he could probably catch someone out. No, just farming for now. But the jewel is now available. And obviously if you can get jewels off straight one after the other, that is the preferable method of gaining damage for the LC. That being said, Prancing Roosters have TP'd in. And they do want to defend this tier 1. There's 4 heroes now. They just need to set up stuff from Chainsaw, who has the Stampede and Blink available. However, they have backed off. Looks like LC just healing up the Warlock, and they will get the hell out. They realize that their Dire are missing. And probably not the best idea to stick around. So good senses from Aethereal Nexus. And they've backed off completely, in fact. Are they going to defend this tier 1? It's only 200 HP away from dying. It's not the easiest defense to make. The tier 1 is going down. Odd Dude is there. Now they realize they saw how many heroes were there. There is an Observer Ward there as well. They're about to de-water anyway, but it gave full vision of who was there, so... Well, actually, top lane, Cedar Boy goes for the kill, and I'm not sure why the hell this just displayed. I'm going to have to DC out of the game now in just a second, but... Really frustrating when that happens, actually. And I can't see exactly what's going on. My apologies. There's a train toss onto the Juggernaut. Big Golem dropped, and of course this happens when I'm in a massive team fight. And a lot of kills going on at the moment. Tip the Stripper looks like he's about to die. Cedar Boy, he will end up getting taken down. Tip the Stripper's still alive through all this. And Centaur, he's been stunned up. The slow as well. That's 4 dead on the side of Prancing Roosters. And my definite apologies for this garbage coming up. I don't know how the hell to get rid of it, so I have to DC from the game and reconnect. Sorry about that, guys. I really have to look up how to get rid of that damn thing if it pops up. I know I pressed the button and it happened. I just don't know how to get rid of it. And, or I do actually, you have to DC, but... I'm sure there's another way of getting rid of it. So my apologies for probably missing one of the biggest team fights of this game. Really frustrating. Regardless, let's get on with the game. Let's forget that that ever happened. And God forbid it ever happens again. So we saw Aethereal Nexus, my apologies. They did win that team fight 4-1. The only person they lost, I believe, was Tip the Strippers. Or maybe no, I think it was the Juggernaut who died that team fight. Either way though, massive gold swing, which we'll have a look at now. There was a 4k advantage to Prancing Roosters. Now it's gone about the 2k mark. So they did make quite a bit of gold off that last team fight. The XP, which is also extremely important, was almost about 6.5k the way of Prancing Roosters, now going almost to the middle line. The teamfight gave a lot away for one tier 1 tower. Smoke up from Aethereal Nexus. They want to keep this momentum going. Do they see Cedar Boy? There is no wards available, so they really shouldn't, but they may have an idea. No, they find somebody. It'll actually be 2, and there's the duel onto the VS. There is a Centaur Stampede, but it doesn't matter. The duel is successful. Merc, oh, the Omni Slash. It's massive. And Ashanti's actually there on a double kill at the moment, but the only one left is Cedar Boy. And the Reincarnate, he's by himself though. What can he really do? The mana drain's there. Odd Dude, he's got to try and make the chase. There's no slows at the moment. The heal does come out, damaging Cedar Boy. Oh no, Odd Dude, he actually pauses for a second. Unfortunately, Dr. Crossades, he wasn't in position to get any stuns or hexes off. And I mean, 4 for 2. Still very successful. And you've got to remember as well, they did get the jewel off successfully. So that's 3 jewels now that have been successful. He just hit level 12, so it was 3 jewels throughout the game that was successful, but massive gold swing, massive XP change, And they're going for a tier 1 now. The momentum is going the way of Aethereal Nexus. And they're going to have to keep this going because they're doing very well for themselves at the moment. Side of Prancing Roosters, got to be kicking themselves a bit. The kills are even, but it definitely isn't as even as it looks in these team fights. See, Odd Dude now, he's got a lot of farm since the last time we saw him. He's got a Manta style. And I think Cedar Boy, he's probably telling his team, let's stop team fighting until I've got this darn Radiance. So close, just needs a Radiance. Ashandi actually finds a Juggernaut. He's got the Laguna Blade. Good solo kill. Not even sure how he knew he was there. There was no wards available. Now they've smoked up. They're going in. Dr. Crossades, he's actually there, but they just ditch him completely. They go after Tumo, and the EMP's there. Drains all the mana of Cedar Boy. At the end of the day, they got the kill on the Dr. Crossades, but still. Probably wanted that Invoker way more than the support line. Forced to use that Shrine as well for the Wraith King. So we did see that EMP will drain all of his mana. And that is because he's maxing Wex at the moment. And yeah, 475 mana burn. So pretty much what that means is if Wraith King gets hit by that right now, he's not going to be able to reincarnate. Because he needs, I believe it's 160 mana. So a bit misfortunate if he does get hit by that. We see Tip to Strippers. He's got a Blade Mail now as well. So that's that point where he can start dueling people one-on-one and they can't really do anything about it. They will end up losing. See Invoker, Tumo. He's got the Aghanim Scepter as well. The Midas really helps out with that. And in fact, he's almost got a Blink Dagger and then he's going straight to Boots of Travel. So becoming very mobile. Exactly what you want as Invoker. I hear a Sunstrike as well. Not sure where that was. Merc doing a bit of dewarding. Tip to Strippers almost there for a blink, not quite in range. Although it did look like he was in range, but it's almost like he doesn't want to go for it just in case the rest of the die are right behind the Lich. So, Lich very lucky in a way. Swap out from Woodopotamus, the Stampede's there as well. Now the Hoof Stomp and a quick kill onto Dr. Crossades. And in fact, Cedar Boy, he just picked up the Radiance as well. So they might want to make something happen here. Tip the Strippers. Shandy's caught him out, but the blink out straight away. They could go for this tier 2 now. Oh, Chainsaw, he's in a good position to go for a Hoof Stomp if necessary. I don't think the Radiant want to defend this. Not to mention the Chain Frost is available as well. Do they have a Laguna Blade? Yes, they do. So all the ultis are pretty much up except the swap. And unless they can get an amazing EMP on Cedar Boy. Oh, actually there was a blink in, but this LC is in big trouble. The Laguna Blade, he gets taken out. The mana drain is successful. Cedar Boy, he could be in massive trouble here. The Golem drop. The Sunstrike as well. This is massive for the side of Aethereal Nexus. And actually he did manage to reincarnate. He had enough mana at the end of the day, but he's stuck. And he will get taken down. That's a triple kill for Galaxy, in fact. So the support Warlock pulling off the plays. And it's 16 to 17, but I'll tell you what, in these team fights, it just looks like it's going all the way to Aethereal Nexus's way. All the kills from the side of Prancing Roosters right now, pretty much from solo pickoffs, but if they keep losing these team fights, I mean, it's just not good news for the dire end. This tier 2 will be dropping, in fact. Ironically enough, because the tier 2 and mid was meant to drop for the Radiant end, but... Oh, good EMP! And the Cyclone as well, but... Unfortunately, that Ice Wall did miss. And there was no follow-up. They probably didn't want to anyway. You don't really want to commit to a big team fight without that Golem. There was no mana available on Odd Dude for any kind of spells to be used. So it's a bit of harass. Just a reminder. Just a reminder from Tumo that you better think twice before you come after his team. Ashandi, we do see him with that Lincoln's going for an Aghanim Scepter next, so he wants to be able to pierce any BKBs as well as make that a pure damage Laguna Blade. basically helps against the Juggernaut because you can use it through his spin. Now we have a quick smoke up. Cedar Boy probably not happy the fact that he couldn't finish that ancient black dragon. And they're not really going to find anyone. In fact, there was a counter smoke from the Radiant end. Are they going to run into each other? They may find the LC. Oh, there was pings coming out, but they're the wrong way. Sunstrike as well. It was in the Roshan pit, but they didn't find anyone. Now they'll run to Roshan themselves. But Dr. Crossades is right there. Will he actually check? No, they find him, and they will get the kill onto him. And they're choosing not to go for the Roshan now, just because it's too obvious. And Aethereal Nexus, obviously, in that small pit, they do have the advantage, even if they've lost their support line. I mean, that Golem would absolutely wreak havoc. It is on 10-second cooldown, but obviously bit hard to keep track of the cooldowns of the opposing skills. So no Roshan for the side of the die. They'll be content with taking that line and just farming up a bit more. Obviously a lot of farm coming out from Cedar Boy because he has that Radiance, but he dropped off quite a bit. He was quite clearly in the top of the net worth, but now you've got the Lena followed by the Juggernaut Invoker. So Cedar Boy has dropped off a bit in terms of farm. And he will want to make up for that by farming a bit in the jungle. And now the lane. Oh, good dodge. Beautiful dodge. I mean, I thought 100% that Cyclone was going to hit, but I probably should stop saying Cyclone because I'm pretty sure it's called Tornado. But, you know, I don't really play too much Invoker because, you know, when you're in a pub, you get people spamming carries and cores, and you have to be the nice guy and go pick supports for your team and then lose 25 MMR. That's how the game goes. Speaking of which, while there's downtime, did anyone see that new patch? My goodness. So solo queue is actually back to solo queue. And I mean, punishments for low priority people are massive now. Which is excellent to see. Always good to see like some actual punishment being dealt to low priority people who are just pieces of crap sometimes. And generally, if you're in low priority, you probably deserve to be. Ooh, Tornado EMP. Cedar Boy loses all his mana again. Literally left with 3 mana after the EMP. Does he actually have a wand? No, he doesn't. The old school style of combating an Invoker while you're playing a Wraith King was either going a wand, or alternatively, you pick up a Soul Ring. So if he does manage to drain that mana, before you die, you hit the Soul Ring, so you have just enough mana to reincarnate before you die. But at this stage, if he gets hit with that EMP and they concentrate on killing him, he's practically gone. There's no chance of him surviving that. Oh, there's a bit of action on bot lane here. Chainsaw loses his mana again to this Invoker. No follow-up though. It's pretty much like Tumo. He's just playing around with these guys at the moment. No one really willing to commit. LC only has 30 dual damage, so hasn't been very successful in that department. He is farming up, so at the end of the day, he's still getting farm. But even then, he's about half the farm of Elena. So Tip the Strippers really wants to try and get some dual damage here, because he's not going to scale too well at the end of the game if he doesn't get some now. Scan is out from the die. They do know where the Radiant are. There is no smokes available, I don't believe. No, there isn't. But nevertheless, they're still going to go for the attempt. And they're going to find Dr. Crossades again. The Hoofstomp misses. There is a Cyclone there. And actually a swap out. Not sure where the swap was onto, but they get the kill regardless. In fact, Warlock was there as well. I didn't even see the Warlock there, but apparently Warlock was there, and that's why VS was swapping. Now the Tornado EMP again. Chainsaw, he has no mana left. He can still double it at the end of the day, but gotta be so frustrating to have no mana the whole game. Tier 2 now will be the target. It's not going to last too long unless they want to initiate here. LC is ready to go. Oh, good stun out from Lena. Ashandi, he cops the tornado though. The EMP is there as well. They've got to back off. Now the ice wall. Ashandi, he's so slow at the moment. Uses himself, but Odd Dude's there with the Omni Slash. Good swap out from Woodapotamus, but the Jewel's there. Gets a Jewel damage now. They're going back in the Deafening Blast as well. Laguna Blade onto LC. Gets the kill. Chaos Meteor. Oh, the Golem as well. This is absolutely massive. And they'll get the kill. Ethereal Nexus. My goodness. Oh my, and Cedar Boy, he's left on his own. And what can he really do? Actually, he's going after Tumo, but he's surrounded. He's going to lose all his mana to the Lion. And that's a full team wipe. I should say 4 down, because Chainsaw wasn't there, but I mean, full team wipe in the sense that they just lost all their plays in that team fight. I mean, wow. The Chaos Meteor perfectly with the Golem just lines them up. I mean, I don't know how... I don't know if Galaxy meant it to be so perfectly lined up or not. But he got the Golem as they were in a perfect symmetrical line, which meant that Chaos Meteor just absolutely destroyed them from Tumo. I mean, regardless, the coordination here from Aethereal Nexus really paying off. And they've got to be loving themselves for that. Side of Prancing Roosters. They've got to make something happen. The kills are still relatively even. This is the funny thing. The kills are even. However, in most of these team fights throughout this game, whenever they've had a full 4v4 or 5v4 or 5v5, it's always been Ethereal Nexus that pulls out on top. Most of the kills coming up from Prancing Roosters have been solo kills. And when I say solo, I mean they get a pick off onto somebody that's by themselves, just due to poor positioning. But these team fights are completely dominated by Aethereal Nexus. And I've got to give a lot of that credit to Tumo, as well as our Warlock Galaxy. Really playing that well. Cedar Boy, he's going to find Odd Dude. Good spin out just before the Wraith Fire Blast hits. Merc's there as well. All the tornadoes coming out. Hits nobody. Barely misses. Merc felt that wind on his behind and must have been scared. I believe that's, you know, quite literally shit hitting the fan. Dire will go back to farming. In terms of late game, I mean, we know Wraith King can be extremely strong. But there is an LC Juggernaut and an Invoker who is a pretty strong core himself. So I don't know how much they can do with just the Wraith King carry. He is going for that BKB to get rid of that EMP effect. Not to mention he can't be stunned or hexed up, but worst case scenario, they can always just duel him. And with the duel, they can pretty much just hold him in place the whole time. Oh, they're going to find Tumo. Cedar Boy has to be careful. By himself at the moment. Well, I should say only Woodapotamus was behind him. Even our Lion has a Blink Dagger now, so Cross Aids, he's going to be very happy with himself. Practically all he needs. He's going for a 4-star for that further mobility. But once you've got that Blink Dagger on the Lion, I mean, it's a pretty darn good item on a Lion. To be able to set up those dual stuns or even the tri-stuns. And the thing is with the Lion, he scales very well into the late game as a support. Because he has the Hex and the stun. I mean, even the mana drain in this instance is excellent because you're up against a Wraith King. Finger of Death, like, it's not the best scaling spell, but if you really want, you get an Aghanims later on. And that AoE, I mean, you can just destroy, even if you're just going to farm creeps with it. It's still relatively good as a last choice. Woodopotamus, he might be in trouble here. There's the Omni Slash. Oh, there's a swap out of the Chainsaw, and Chainsaw loses his life for it. In fact, commits the BKB. There's the Jewel as well. The Cyclone. The Golem was dropped, now the Chaos Meteor. Oh, this is really bad. And it looks like Prancing Roosters, they're going to lose their lives here. And there's one more Cedar Boy. He'll get taken down. He has the Reincarnate, though. Tumo's going to stand right next to him with the Ice Wall. He actually blinks out. Good hoof stomp from Chainsaw. And they're going to keep going, but the upheaval dealing so much slow. Crossades almost loses his life. Tip to Stripper will get the kill at the end of the day. Wants to keep going. Might lose his life here. They're so low on the side of the Radiant. And Crossades, he's going to have to back off. They're going to kill Cedar Boy a second time. And can they do it? No, the Cold Snap's still going. The Tornado barely misses him. The EMP onto Ashandi. Has to use himself. A Crossades is there and ready to go. No, he backs off now. Tumo will not go any further. Sunstrike is not available, but he may be able to get it in time. No, Ashandi will commit to the Shrine. And there will be no targets for the Sunstrike. In fact, Ashandi, ooh, almost survives with about 200 HP there. I mean, this Invoker is, I mean, he's just dominating. It doesn't appear that way on the kill deaths, but his Chaos Meteors are just, they're always perfect. They're always in a perfect line. Now, Odd Dude, he has a BKB available and he's going for the Butterfly. We did see that Diffusal pickup as well. Although, mind you, he hasn't used the charges too often. Almost looks like he's chosen it more for the sake of the mana drain, but... Oh, there's a Stampede coming out on Tip to Strippers. He does blink away straight away, though. And the Tornado now. Oh, the EMP as well. He hits two. And Cedar Boy, no, he doesn't actually get hit by that. I think I heard a Jewel. No, there it is onto Lich. And he will die. Woodopotamus, he's going to die as well. The Chaos Meteor was committed, but didn't really matter. Ashandi, he'll be the next target. The stun does hit the VS. But Odd Dude is there with the Omni Slash available. And Cedar Boy, he does manage to back off. Now the BKB committed from Ashandi. It looks like he's going to go down. The Yules is good, though. And Ice Wall, oh, he commits the Laguna Blade, but not going to do anything. And they will get another kill. That's 3 down for the side of Prancing Roosters. They're going to go for this tier 3 now. And I can't imagine too much is going to stop them. Yeah, this will be a definite Rax. The Tornado is just going to keep them in place. In fact, the EMP is committed with the upheaval as well. Cedar Boy, he doesn't lose any mana, but still going to be frustrating to lose that Rax. And this is going to open up those shrines as well for Aethereal Nexus to take out. And they're going to start straight away with that top one. So 1 Rax down. Aethereal Nexus does take the lead. Invoker now is taking over the net worth. Have a look at that team net worth. It's 15k in the way of Aethereal Nexus. And XP is almost that way as well. It's about 10k itself. And mind you, Prancing Roosters are nowhere near out of the game, but they've got to pull something out of the bag now. The Roshan will also get taken down, and there's no... I mean, they could not get in position to try and combat that from the side of Prancing Roosters. They were trying. They probably needed to commit some kind of smoke to at least fasten them up a bit. There was no smokes available on any of their heroes. Ashandi does have that Aghanim Scepter up as well now, but we'll see how much effect that makes in these team fights. I mean, it's just so important to take out Tumo, otherwise he's just going to destroy them. They are hitting this tier 3 now. You can see Tip the Strippers. He's in the background waiting in the trees. Odd Dude will be the first one in. The Manta style illusions. There's the hoof stop on the Oceans, but this is a bait. The BKB committed though, the EMP as well. And actually the Aegis is gone. There's a duel. No duel from Tip the Strippers quite yet. He's trying to decide who to go for. It will be Chainsaw Galaxy. He's going to lose his life to Cedar Boy. No golems committed, I don't think. The Chaos Meteor though, onto 2. There's a dominating spree for Tumo now. It will be the Wraith King. They're trying to drain all his mana before he can die. Now he has no mana available for the Reincarnate, so if they can get the kill here, there's a stun on Crossades. And he will die. No Reincarnate available. He does have the buyback, but there's only so much you can do with one buyback. He does use it, but it's not going to scare the Radiant off. They've got the Healing Ward and Odd Dude available as well. And this will be one more Rax. And in fact, the tier 2 went down on top lane as well, so that Rax is open for the taking as well. And they're just going to start taking out Shrines. LC, he's going to run to that top lane. And yeah, no, they're hitting the tier 4s. Ashandi tries to go for a kill into Tumo. Tornado, EMP. Wraith King can't die again, otherwise that's it. Ashandi commits the Laguna, but he's going to lose his life, I think. Oh, one last hit. He actually manages to walk away. The Sunstrike does miss. Good dodge from Ashandi, but tier 3 now down on the top lane. Wave of Terror. Can they stop this? Because this is Megas if they can't. The swap out into Tumo. Now the blink before the stun. He's playing with them at the moment. Crossroads. He gets the Finger of Death. Now the Tornado. That's Mega Creeps as well. BS looks like he's going to lose his life. No, he won't. The Sunstrike was there. Ashandi uses. Chain Frost is out. Golem is dropped. It's a double Golem as well. He has the Aghanim Scepter. The Chain Frost still jumping. Chaos Meteor with the Upheaval. Cedar Boy committing the BKB, but as I said, it's Mega Creeps. Merc will die. It's 3 down for the Radiant, but I mean, what can you really do? What can you do in this instance? Not much is the answer. I don't think they can defend against Megas at the moment. Not with this kind of draft. They could probably do it for a bit. But if the Aethereal Nexus decide to make one big push as a team of 5, I don't think they can stop it. We will find out very soon, because I'm pretty sure Aethereal Nexus are going to make that happen. And no GG calls being made yet. So, you know, you've got to compliment the guys from Prancing Roosters for the heart they have to continue this game, even though they're up against Megas. In fact, they're going for what I like to call the kamikaze push, I think, which is you go down mid lane for one last push. They found the Juggernaut, but there's only illusions left. He did blink out at the end of the day. Actually, he didn't blink out. He just ran for his life, apparently. Just ran so fast, I thought he blinked. That being said, he does have a Manta and he has the Butterfly, so he runs very fast. They are going down that mid. They don't really have another choice. They've got to somehow win a team fight with 3v5. And if they get caught out here, Tumo, beautiful 2 Tornado heroes. And Ashandi dodges the MP with his own Yules, but he's left on his lonesome. And no jewel yet from the LC. In fact, the jewel was used somewhere. And there's the GG call from Cedar Boy. So game 1 will go to Aethereal Nexus. This is a best of 3 though. So it is 1-0 so far. We will get into game 2 in just a moment, guys. For all of you watching, thanks for sticking around. As I said, if you enjoy what you see, consider following on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Otherwise, if you didn't, just criticize me in chat and I'll take it all on board. Guys, I'm gonna disappear for about 2 minutes until we're up into the next lobby. I'll try and find some non-copyright music to play in the meantime. So I'll be right back with you guys. Thanks for watching again, and we'll be back soon. Alright guys, looks like we're about to get back into the second game of this semi-finals best of 3 for AD2L. Be with you guys in just a second. Alright guys, welcome back to the second game between Aethereal Nexus and Prancing Roosters. This is game 2 for the semi-finals best of 3 for AD2L season 15. We did see Aethereal Nexus take game 1. Not convincingly, but it was definitely a very well played game from both teams. At the end of the day, looks like Prancing Roosters just could not keep up with Aethereal Nexus in the team fights. Other than that, I mean, throughout the whole game, they were doing relatively well, but Aethereal Nexus, just in those team fights, completely dominated. The coordination was perfect. The wombo combos they had, very well played indeed. We see the ban out being Monkey King Magnus from Aethereal Nexus, and they want to ban out that Invoker Warlock this time around from Prancing Roosters' end. We did see both the Invoker and Warlock pretty much being the MVPs of Aethereal Nexus' team. So I can't blame them for the bans, to be honest. And we see a quick slider pickup followed by a silencer. So silencer is an interesting pickup. Nobody likes playing against the global silence. Although, if it gets a bad start, I mean, at the end of the day, the global silence will always be there. But if you get a bad start on your team side, then you allow the enemy team to get up those the Manta Styles, the BKBs and things like that. Then it's not going to matter that much whether you cast the Global Silence or not, to be honest. We'll see how it goes. There's a quick silencer and axe pickup. Like I said in the last game, guys, this draft screen does have frame drops for me for some reason. It does fix itself once we're in the game. So if you see this and go, oh my god, it's a laggy stream. No, it's definitely not. It's just apparently my PC does not like the Dota 2 draft screen. So just hold out for a moment, and once we're in the game, everything will be perfectly normal. I promise. See the Nake's second pickup for Aethereal Nexus. So we've got the Nake's bomb there with the slider. Standard combo. Always works, really. Very good against the axe as well on the Nakes. And the silencer. Pretty much if you can pick off anyone as soon as the slider's got the blink dagger. It's very easy to get pickoffs, especially when you've got a life stealer as well. So good combo coming out from Aethereal Nexus pretty quickly. Waiting out these bans. The Juggernaut was the third ban up for Aethereal Nexus, so Juggernaut is extremely good as a carry against Lifestealer, so nothing too surprising there. It's a good ban out. And there's the laner blame from Prancing Roosters, so they don't want to give that mid laner away. which would work very well with the heroes they have so far. And a quick storm ban as well. Oh my goodness, OD. So for those of you that don't know, OD is an extremely good mid. Practically dominates against any other mid. Except possibly like a Lina or an Invoker, because they have a decent attack range. Which means that OD will have to take a lot of damage to get any kind of Astral off on the opposing enemy. So I can see why they made the bans for the Invoker Lina. And even the Sniper, in fact. Because they're pretty much the only heroes that can give OD a tough time in the mid lane. Otherwise, OD will just bully everyone else. Nevertheless, though, Prancing Roosters, they're pretty much... Their draft is very strong at the moment. But a lot of it is around Axe being able to get some big calls off and them being able to time the global silence very well. If they can do those two things, then the game could easily go in their way. However, there's a Slardar Naix, which can easily try and pick off that silencer before a team fight starts. You've now got a Disruptor, which offers his own form of AoE silence. Not as good as global silence, but it's still decent if you can target it pretty well. Also has the glimpse and the kinetic field, so you can make life really hard for the Prancing Rooster heroes. We do see the Chinese scene, they love that Disruptor. And you can't look past that glimpse. As long as you've got good vision, you've warded pretty well, that glimpse is going to be so effective.
Crystal Maiden.
There's a Crystal Maiden pickup now. And that's a support that's become very popular as of late. Obviously, the Mana Aura is extremely good. The Frostbite is extremely good. The ulti got a buff in the sense that if you get Aghanim Scepter, it's way more worth it now. It's still not amazing because you have to be able to stand there and actually channel it for, I believe it's 2.5 seconds before now. If you have an Aghanim Scepter and someone's standing within your freezing field for 2.5 seconds, you apply Frostbite to them as well, which is amazing, but the problem is being able to actually hold them in your freezing field for 2.5 seconds. Still though, if you combo that with the call, if you freezing field straight away, like if you're in position and you commit the freezing field immediately, it will mean you get the Frostbites off on all the heroes in the call. And unless they're able to cancel that, they're pretty much screwed. But you've got a Vengeful Spirit there who can stand back and swap the CM out if that occurs. So it's a good counter pick. We did see the Spec and the Ember Spirit ban outs. So Aethereal Nexus really just want to get rid of any big carries, and oh my goodness. Well, there's a Tinker in the game now, and that's painful to watch. I mean, nobody likes playing against a Tinker. Like, if you don't like playing against a Silencer, you should try playing against a Tinker. So, the side of Aethereal Nexus sit there and go, well, if you're going to choose a Silencer, we're going to choose the something even worse. We're going to choose a Tinker. And we're going to absolutely annoy the living crap out of all your heroes with the rockets and laser spam, as well as the march. It is also good against the OD. OD doesn't have the best time trying to deny creeps, so Tinker should be able to get some good farm. He doesn't need to be close by to get that farm either, so the Astral won't affect him too much. And he can laze the OD quite often as well, to try and force him to knock any last... Like, he can zone the OD out pretty well. And there's a PA last pick. There should be a safe lane PA, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't be too surprised if they rotated in mid to go up against a Tinker. It's not the best lineup. Like, it's not the best lineup for a PA against a Tinker. But it's... Like, once you hit that level 6, spam those daggers out at Tinker. It's pretty painful for him. But I'm fairly sure it is an OD mid against this Tinker. And we'll just wait out till we get into the game now. Alright guys, so without further ado, we're into game 2. Again, Aethereal Nexus did end up taking game 1. Allow me to quickly go through the teams and drafts. So we see Chainsaw, he'll be playing that offlane Axe. We do see Cedar Boy, he is in the carry PA. Ashandi, from that Lena, he's playing the OD now. We do see Woodopotamus playing the Silencer, and finally we have Merc playing the CM. So last time played the Lich, now the CM, so he's a bit of a frosty kind of guy. Well, there's already a smoke up, so we might just wait to call out the heroes on the Dire end, because it looks like there might be some action for that bottom rune. Very confident in their draft, and they've got to try and get some like a good kind of rotation without getting spotted out. Merc will find it. It's too late though. The stun's out from VS. Now the chain stun should be there from Tip to Strippers. They do get it off. The kinetic field's there as well. Merc will be the first blood. I'm a bit shocked he didn't make a run for it as soon as the VS got shown. He actually turned around and used Frostbite, which basically meant they got the kill on him. He really should have just ran for his life. Top lane though, looks like they're going to force the Nakes back, and they will get the bounty rune at top, so it will even out at the end of the day. But still, first blood is gone already to the way of Aethereal Nexus. In fact, who got the first blood? It was Tumo. So the Tinker, who's going to require that much more farm than any other hero in the team, any other hero in the game for that matter, early on, already got first blood. He's about 200 gold away from his bottle. And I mean, this is the best kind of start you could hope for as a Tinker already. Nevertheless, we get into the game. So, allow me to go through those Dire heroes quickly because we didn't do so. Galaxy, he'll be playing that Disruptor. Odd Dude will be on the Nakes. We have Dr. Crossades, he'll be on the VS. We already went on Cross Dude. Odd Dude. We have Tip the Strippers, he'll be playing that Slider, and finally we saw Tumo, he'll be playing on that Tinker. Oh, so it looks like Slider's been frostbitten up, but they won't commit anything at the moment. It will be a tri-lane again from the... oh no, actually it's Aethereal Nexus this time doing the tri-lane, my apologies. So last time around we saw Prancing Roosters tri-laning top. This time Aethereal want to do it. And I mean, they've got to be slightly careful. The thing is with it, when you're up against an Axe, if you can just zone him out, you'll be fine. But if he manages to get a massive call on your heroes, he could take you out in a split second. See that laser being very frustrating. And Tumo focusing a lot on denying creeps, making sure that OD can't get any. And yeah, Tumo, he's going to make sure that this OD can't farm in the lane. Because he's already got the bottle, he's still got his 2 tangos as well as a fairy fire. So he's got so much regen, he can afford to take a bit of creep damage and trade a few blows with a Shandir. And with that level 2 laser as well, he's not going to have the biggest issues in the world. He hasn't leveled up anything else, even though he's level 3. But that would be pretty much him saying to himself, well, I should wait, find out how fast I'm going to get my boot to travel. Because if he's going to get it extremely fast, he may as well max the march. Actually, no, he's decided he wants to go for the rocket build. Because yeah, generally if you're going to get a quick BOTs, like extremely quick, then you want to be able to just get max march instead of rocket, because the XP and farm you'll get is probably more worthwhile than getting rockets early. But considering how much damage, how much damage he's dealing to this OD, I mean, I can't blame him for trying to amplify that even further by getting rockets. And it's not such a bad build anyway, like, even if you just get rockets instead of march, you can still go for massive kills. There's a stun up onto this axe, so Chainsaw has got to back off. Odd Dude, not in range for the slow. Open wounds, as we all know, is extremely low on the range you can use it. It does increase by 100 cast range each time you level it, but at level 1, I mean, it's just, you got to literally be hitting them to be able to use it. Still though, they zone out Chainsaw, which is probably, you know, worthwhile in its own right. Worst case scenario for Chainsaw, he can always go back to the jungle if he's not getting any farm, which, I mean, he probably should be doing at this point. The creeps are almost at his tier 1, so he feels confident enough to stick around. But he's just got to be careful, because if you get glimpsed by the Disruptor and then get kinetic fielded, they could kill you off as a tri-lane, so you don't want to give those silly kills away. So worst case scenario, if you need to go to the jungle to be able to get the Blink Dagger, probably best to do it. It looks like he is getting an Iron Talon to be able to go and, you know, get into that jungle. Unfortunately not able to pick up any last hits under that tier 1 tower. The tier 1 being a bit greedy, taking them all. And we should comment, I mean, Tumo is completely dominating this mid lane. 18 last hits, 14 denies, compared to the 10 last hits, 4 denies of the OD. And I mean, that's pretty much due to the fact that he has laser. So you're always going to be able to make the OD miss. But OD should be able to catch up a bit. Now that he has 2 levels in Astral and probably 3 very soon, you'll be able to just use that on the creeps, get those last hits. It becomes very easy after a few levels to get those the last hits on the creeps with Astral, especially because you can keep spamming it because of the Essence Aura. Prancing Roosters though, they want to get some kind of kill. There's a rotation out from the CM and the Silencer. And are they aware of it? Tumo, he's running? No. They're waiting very calmly, but it's almost like the Dire are aware of what's going on here. Dr. Crossaids, he is there and ready to defend his Tinker if necessary. With his life, of course. So Prancing Roosters just doing a bit of casual farming. They'll wait out for that bounty rune as well. And I guess they're hoping for somebody to try and get that bounty. And then they'll gank, but it looks like the Dire are very well aware of what's going on here. Woodopotamus, he's actually going to find Dr. Crossaids probably, but they're both behind trees, so neither can they see each other. No, Crossaids, he knows now. He's actually going after this Silencer. The pings are coming out, and there will be no stun at the end of the day. Oh, Tip the Stripper, he's been caught out. Cedar Boy, good stun though. But Silencer should at least get the kill. And yeah, that'll be -2 int as well. So a good rotation at the end of the day. Even though, I mean, they were originally at bot lane. And then they came back to, went back to mid and then back to bot. So rotated back to the original lane. Get themselves a kill. Get some minus int going. Dr. Crossaid's going to find Merc. Drops a ward. Now frostbitten up, but I mean, he dropped it right in front of Merc, so Merc should know exactly where to de-ward if he so chooses. Definitely a slower start to this game than the last one. Oh, the marches are coming out though. Now, this is so painful to watch. Ashandi, he can't even get in close range. And Tinker can just keep doing that. He hasn't gone for the Soul Ring Rush. Slightly strange, but still. He wants to get that Boots of Travel first. See Chainsaw copping a bit of damage, but he has the Tranquil Boots, so he will eventually be able to heal up. There was a buff to Tranquils as well. It's now a 13 HP regen once it's available. And as well as that, once you break the Tranquils, the movement speed is faster than what it used to be, so Tranquil's definitely like the way to go these days. We also should comment Cedar Boy 37-7 and Nakes 51 last hits. And I don't believe any of those are from the jungle. They're pretty much all lane creeps, so Odd Dude really doing well in the farm department. 13 more last hits than PA, and that is a bigger deal than it sounds. Oh, Distrippers. He cops a crit. No jump in from Cedar Boy. Doesn't want to risk the stun under the tier 1 tower. He will keep throwing those daggers out though. Wants to make that make the slider back off a bit. Shrine is available if necessary. And he will start attacking this tier 1 tower, but there's, you know, you're limited to what you can do as a PA this early on, especially with towers. It doesn't have a Blightstone or anything like that, so you won't have that minus armor. Top lane, looks like there might be some action. Arcane Curse coming out onto Odd Dude, but it won't affect him too much. Now there's 2 curses. Well, that's a bit more damage. But they've got to be careful here. There's a glimpse available on Galaxy. Only level 2, but it will be level 3 in just a moment. In fact, there it is. Ashandi did have to get those raindrops to try and negate some of that magic damage coming out from Tumo, but if Tumo sees it, you can pretty much rearm and keep rocketing, and you'll pretty much be able to get rid of them instantaneously. He's got the BOTs now as well, so this is where the fun starts for a Tinker. So we're going to start seeing Tinker all around the map now, always healed up, always ready to go. Chainsaw, he's making a chase onto Dr. Crossades. Can they get the Frostbite? Oh, he's not in range for it. Commits the Crystal Nova. Now Odd Dude cops a Battle Hunger. And that'll be it. They'll back off again. Very passive so far. Both teams appear to be very confident in their ability to go mid to late game. You've got to worry for the side of Prancing Roosters, though. There is a Tinker on the side of Aethereal Nexus, so it could make it extremely hard for the side of Prancing Roosters to finish out the game, even if they dominate. Arcane Curse being very frustrating for this VS. Pings are coming out. Like, this top lane, I suppose Prancing Roosters aren't too concerned. As long as their axes are getting farmed, they're okay. In fact, he's 700 gold away from his blink, so he's not farming too badly himself. Odd Dude, though, it looks like he's got his armlet already. Yeah, he does. The recipe's on the courier. Again, pings coming out, cross aids, he knows they're there. Now ward placed, but they should have seen that happen. So now they'll have the vision behind that tier 1, but I have a feeling that they're aware that the ward was just placed. Chainsaw, he's going to run into cross aids, but he's behind the trees. Oh no, Chainsaw, he knows he's there. He's got to call the stun out straight away from cross aids. Now the Battle Hunger and the Frostbite. Looks like VS should go down here, but the TPs are coming in from Mo. They will eventually dunk him, and Kinetic field isn't going to hold them really long enough. Now the glimpse. And Odd Dude, he does have the armlet. Now the slow as well. Chainsaw has been frostbitten up. Oh, he invests before the dunk comes out. And Chainsaw, it looks like he will end up going down here. No, he's actually outrunning them at the moment. Those Tranquils really helping up at the kinetic field. Ashandi is here now though. And he's got those arcane orbs. Look at the damage he's dealing. Galaxy, he will end up losing his life. No, the arcane's there. No, he will die. It was Astral in fact. So 2 kills for the side of Prancing Roosters. Very well done. In fact, CM overextending a bit. Merc, he will go down to the rockets. Mo's back. Then the stun from Distripper. He gets the kill into Axe, and the lasers coming out to Mo. He's getting some revenge here for his team. Ashandi is the next target. He's in big trouble. There's no lucky bashes. In fact, it's not even leveled up. But the corrosive haze is there. If they can get 1 rocket here, Ashandi's practically dead. Can they get it? Yes, it's there. There's no Astral available, and he will go down. That's a 3-kill return for the side of the Dire. And in fact, it looks like they want more. Bot lane, meanwhile, Cedar actually managed to get the tier 1. And Tumo comes in to try and defend that. Oh, big jump in from Cedar Boy. No crit. Oh, the third hit was a crit. Oh, he's got to be kicking himself about that. So he hits him twice. Then Tinker manages to finish the TP timing. And then a crit comes out straight after. And I believe the crit was the damage said 322 as well. Just to make matters worse for the side of PA. Just a bit of a kick in the teeth for the PA. Even the game's laughing at him at the moment. Very unfortunate. Galaxy's here. He has the glimpse available. They have the Observer Ward as well. So they can glimpse that Ashandi in if he overextends. He does have a 4-staff though, so he does have an escape route if necessary. It's just very hard for this OD when all these rockets are coming his way throughout the laning phase. Odd Dude looks like he wants to go for somebody here. He's going to find Chainsaw. There's a blink out straight away, but Merc's still there. Can Odd Dude find him? No, he just lets see him hide in the trees. Probably assumes he TP'd away. Couldn't stop him anyway, even if he caught him, if he starts TPing. They start pushing the tier 1 mid, but the marches are going to be frustrating. In fact, there was quite a lot of rotations coming out as well. Tinker trying to get a blink dagger himself. If he can get that blink, he always ensures that he's secure and safe when he TPs in with the marches. You just blink straight into the trees. They will never really be able to find you unless they have warding up on the outer cliffs, which you can ward, by the way. Quick TPs out from Prancing Roosters. Not interested in engaging any sort of fight. And the tier 1 mid actually goes down, so good rotations from Prancing Roosters, taking advantage of Tumo being at top rather than defending that mid lane. Top lane, actually, they get a call off into Disruptor. Battle Hunger as well. Now the Crystal Nova. There's the glimpse though, and it's onto Chainsaw. There's so much damage, but there was no stun from Crosshaze. He actually stunned a creep. Now the stun up onto CM was channeling that ulti. Will go down. The Blink Dagger straight out. Chainsaw manages to get himself out of there thanks to the CM. Pretty much sacrificing her life for that. Unfortunately, a big misplay from Crosshaze, who stunned the creep instead of the axe. Really cost them that kill. Oh, now the PA, beautiful call, and the stun actually from the Slardard, and the silence coming out from the silencer, and that might be it. Odd Dude cops the dagger, but I don't think they want to make the jump. If it wasn't for that global silence, it may have been 2 dead there. But really not what they want to commit the global silence for. Ashand here. He really can't escape this Tinker. Every time he goes to a lane, there's rockets flying his way. They're like homing missiles for him right now. Oh, they're actually going to start a team fight here. Nake's copping a lot of damage. Oh, dude, he infests, jumps back out. He's still surviving. Tip the Stripper. He's dealing a lot of damage here. Now the Disruptor ulti. This is going to be really bad for the side of the Radiant. Oh, Ashanti's there, and he's dealing a lot of damage to this VS. The dagger comes out as well. Tip the Stripper almost dies. Galaxy will die at the end of the day. Tumo, he's trying to back off as fast as he can. Slardar, he'll be okay. I'm not sure how the hell he survived there. Tinker, the rearm was cancelled unfortunately for him, and he has no mana left. So he will lose his life at the end of the day. That's a double kill for Cedar Boy. In fact, Cedar Boy has his Battle Fury now. And he probably had it a few minutes ago, but we just didn't notice. Because he was playing so under the radar. And they will get the T1. So another good rotation from Prancing Roosters. Pulling this game back in their grasp. And they're much more objective-based gaming than Aethereal Nexus right now. Just taking all the tier 1s on the map. Where Aethereal and Nexus have taken no tier 1s quite yet. And I think the thing is with Prancing Roosters, they realize that they want to take this later. Rather than fighting right now. Especially when you've got an ODPA on your team. Even Silencer does well late game. Or Merc, he's going to cop a stun. VS wants to keep going. Waterpotamus is there, but Tip the Stripper comes in with the stun. Now that'll be all she wrote for Paul Merc. Waterpotamus, next target. The swap is available. Cross aids, he does use it. The rockets are coming out from Tumo. They don't want to give these kills away here. The laser onto Shandy. The silence is committed. And again, stopping them in their tracks with that global silence. Galaxy is going for a glimpse attempt. He has that ulti as well. He's invis at the moment. He can set up very easily right now. And I'm guaranteeing you Galaxy's saying, bait somebody out right now. I've got the ulti available. And I think Odd Dude is the target that they're trying to use. I don't really believe we've seen any Nakes bombs with the Slardar Nakes yet, so... Infest seems to always be used to save the Nakes rather than initiate with the Slardar. Which is something they'll probably want to change up. Because you definitely want to start taking advantage of the... in fact, as I say it, there it is. It's about that point. Like, once you get that armlet, it's about the time you start doing that. That Nakes bomb. They will start. They're going to find Cedar Boy here. And will they make the jump? They actually run straight past him for some reason. Maybe just didn't see him. They will find Chainsaw. But Slider's gone to the depths of hell here. And Crossades will actually die to this PA. Now Tip the Stripper's there, but it's not the best place to go. He's surrounded and he will lose his life. And this doesn't look good for Odd Dude, who's going to lose his life as well. Chainsaw, he's copping a bit of damage. But that armor really helps. And Cedar Boy will get the double kill. The CM ulti also helping as well. Galaxy glimpses the axe away, but Frostbitten up will end up losing his life here. Triple kill for Cedar Boy. And he's so close to his deso now. Like, they've given so much away to this PA. Mo comes straight in, blinks into those trees, starts the march. And at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to push this tower once that march is going. And yeah, that's the thing about Tinker. He can delay the game so much. And unless he's dead with no buyback, like, there's not much you can do. All cross-aids. Stun out, but Cedar Boy could really turn this around. And in fact, they choose to back off. Almost thinking it's some kind of bait. They just get the hell out of there. Not willing to risk the advantage they just gained. We'll have a look at the team net worths. And it's actually almost 10k in the way of Prancing Roosters right now. And about 7.5k XP. So Prancing Roosters very well in the lead. Hence the reason why they don't want to give that away by losing their PA. But that was an easy kill on the end at the end of the day on the VS. But sometimes not worth the risk. This time was one of those situations, really. Cedar Boy needs that one mithril hammer now to finish the deso. About 100 gold away, so pretty much one neutral camp, which will respawn now. In fact, he'll go straight to the Ancients with that Battle Fury. Critting for almost 800. And it's going to be a lot more once he's got that full deso, which he does. Just waiting for that courier to go back to the base now. Looks like Odd Dude will be going for a deso himself. He needs just one more mithril hammer, and he's about 50 gold. No, 5 gold away now. The problem is they're going to need some kind of way to be able to hit this PA. He has 50% evade chance, which makes it really painful when you're trying to take out a PA with a Nakes. So he's going to need to probably invest in like an MKB, something like that. They could always go for like a Hex on the Tinker, which will stop the evade, but it really depends. Like, MKB is not a bad item on a Nakes. We do see a smoke attempt right now from Prancing Roosters. And Axe, if he can find this Tinker, they will find cross aids. Will they make the jump? The Dire Heroes are smoked up as well. There's the Nakes bomb. Oh, and they're going to find Woodopotamus. There's a stun. Nakes jumps out. They get a quick kill. No global silence available for 30 seconds now. And if they can keep going here, they're picking up that tier 1. Tip the Stripper really wants to get a good stun here, and he gets the OD. And that's going to be massive if they can get the kill onto Ashandi. The 4-staff is there, the glimpse. Or he does commit the Astral, but they want this kill. Beautiful call from the Axe. My goodness, on the Chainsaw. And that's 4 there. And he dunks 2. And the Astral, the Sanity's Eclipse. My goodness. Oh. Chainsaw with the play. And now he gets Tumo. And there's the Frostbite. And they'll get a triple kill onto Chainsaw. And he calls GG well played. Do they mean that? Is that meant? Yeah, I think Cedar Boy's now confused himself. Oh, misclick, okay. Well, Cedar Boy's claiming it's over, but they'll have to work this one out. I think the Prancing Roosters are deciding whether they want to allow this to go on, but it's going to leave a bitter taste in their mouth if they lose this game now. Looks like they're choosing to let it go. So they will let the game go on. And Tinker is claiming misclick, which is fair enough. Even apologizing for the mistake, so bit of good sportsmanship here from Prancing Roosters to continue the game. Obviously, they are in the lead by a long shot, so it's still... The thing is, like I said, if they lose this game, it's going to mean 2-0, which means that's, you know... my goodness, I completely forgot that. Aethereal Nexus, my apologies for getting their name. Which means Aethereal Nexus will take the series if they win this game. And this is a semi-finals as well, so it's going to leave a very bitter taste if Aethereal Nexus win this game now. So that one mistake from Tinker could cause a lot of drama in the future. Hopefully not, though. As it seems right now, it appears that the Prancing Roosters are being good sports about it and letting that mistake go. We'll see what happens. Chainsaw, we see he has the blink, but he also got a blade mail. In fact, what's that he's getting now? He's getting a BKB. A lot of damage that can be stopped if he gets a BKB, so it's a good item pickup. And it looks like there'll be a smoke attempt now. There are heroes showing on the bot lane, but that was only Tinker. Now Galaxy will show himself. They see the Tinker TP top, but I don't think it's enough time for them to get there. He should just TP out pretty much. Yeah, he is. And they've drawn the line to say, let's go through the trees, see if Tinker's still there first, but By that point, the smoke would have worn off. In fact, it's only got about 10 seconds left. Now they're rotating to mid. They might be able to find cross-aids. In fact, they will. And this will be another death for VS, but it's not too big of a deal. There's the core. Big crit straight away from Cedar Boy. And actually bot lane, they might have a go onto Tip the Strippers. The blink call was not there early enough though. See, Odd Dude, he does have that full deso. Question is, will he be going for that MKB? It's just way too hard to kill this PA off right now. Tumo actually going for a solo kill attempt onto Ashandi, and it looks like he'll get it. The rockets are coming out. They will eventually get it. Unfortunately, he had no Astral left. It's a big kill. Obviously, the biggest kill they can get right now is this PA. Problem is, though, he is holding an Aegis. So they want to let that wear off first. Aegis going in 2 minutes. And they're actually trying to push this tier 1 now. This tier 1 shouldn't last too long. With the March spam, they should be able to just hit it down. Oh, good call out from Chainsaw and Nakes. This looks really bad. The crits came out straight away, and there's a dunk. The rage doesn't stop the dunk from occurring. And I think they can keep going from here, really. The Nakes has no buyback. And they may be saying, let's try and force one out, but they can at least do a bit of chip damage to the tier 3 if they really want. Actually, they find a Disruptor in our Galaxy. He's going to cop a dagger from Cedar Boy. No, in fact, there's just a blink. The glimpse is there, but crit to end it. And meanwhile, at the Bounty Rune location, there's a Frostbite to VS. Now they're going onto the Slaughter. And Slaughter should go down here. Tip the Strippers has no chance. Unstoppable streak now from Chainsaw. Cross-aids, he stuns up the OD, but he'll go down as well. And they actually found Tumo at the end of the day as well. So that's a full team wipe. And there's the GG. There's the real GG from the side of Aethereal Nexus. So that will be game going to Prancing Roosters. We will see a third game in this best of 3, which is great to hear, because these teams are playing very well. So guys, give me about 5 minutes. I'll get into the next lobby ASAP, and hopefully we'll have an amazing game 3. I'll probably put some more non-copyright music while we're waiting. And yeah, guys, I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. You'll probably see me get into the lobby. So thanks very much. And of course, if you enjoy what you're seeing, consider following on the Twitch, on the YouTube, and on the Twitter. Otherwise, guys, I'll be right back with yous. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third game of this best of 3 semi-finals for AD2L Season 15. I will be Mike LaPhoenix, and this will be the third game between Prancing Roosters and Aethereal Nexus. I consider myself quite lucky to be casting my first AD2L series and being able to cast Prancing Roosters and Aethereal Nexus in the semi-finals. Usually I cast other leagues, but this is my first AD2L series that I've cast, and I end up getting the semi-finals of all things. So consider me flattered. As always, guys, if you're seeing frame drops right now on the stream in the draft screen, do not be concerned. This is very normal for me in the draft screen. Once we get into the normal game, the frame drops will cease to exist. I don't know why my draft screen lags so much, so please ignore that. Otherwise, without further ado, allow me to go through the draft. So we see an Invoker Warlock ban again from Prancing Roosters. They don't want a repeat of Game 1. And we see a Slider Axe ban from Aethereal Nexus. And we see a Centaur first pick, as well as a Quick Legion Commander Lion, and then a Silencer again. My goodness, the Silencer was okay that game. Global Silence, stopping Aethereal Nexus in their tracks multiple times during some initiations. And I mean, I wouldn't say it was the strongest pick in the world, but I mean they did stop a lot of momentum from Aethereal Nexus, so it's a good lane presence to have. It stops any kind of initiation. And overall, it scales decently well into the late game with that Global Silence as well as the Instill. And his Glaives are pure damage. So, you can't say no to a Silencer. We see the Sniper and the Lena ban now, as well as the Storm Spirit. And wait for that last ban out before we see some picks from Prancing Roosters. And it will be the Ember Spirit, or Ember Spirit as they like to call it these days. And the Juggernaut pickup. Extremely safe pickup from Aethereal Nexus. Juggernaut's always a good carry. Not having as much luck with the Nakes last game. And I don't know if we're going to see another Tinker coming out either. And they must really be hating the fact that the Invoker's been banned out again. Because game 1, I mean, Tumo completely dominated with that Invoker. We see another OD pickup. So Prancing Roosters going for a very similar draft. And there's a Spirit Breaker. Well, that's interesting. So they want to go full-blown roaming style, let's fight on Aethereal Nexus's end. You've got to remember though, there's a Silencer and an OD which can stop Spirit Breaker pretty darn fast. And you've also got the Centaur who can counter-initiate if need be. So Prancing Roosters kind of already have the setup to counter this kind of draft. Juggernaut though is a natural Manta carrier, so he will be able to Manta off the Silence coming out from Silencer. Legion Commander will eventually get a BKB as well, so he'll be able to BKB through the Silence. Still though, it's really dependent on how these two teams play it out. At this point, it appears we're waiting on a mid laner. I don't believe they'll attempt a Nake style draft again from Aethereal Nexus. Like, they still could. They could put the Jug mid, but it's terrible against an OD mid. And there's a CM again. So we see CM very popular these days as a support. Just offers so much. And worst case scenario, if his hard carry is farming easily in lane and he doesn't need any further support, you can always rotate to the jungle and farm so easily on a Crystal Maiden with that Frostbite. The mana aura is so good as well for your team. It allows Silencer to continuously spam things like Arcane Curse in the lane, so offers a lot for this kind of draft. Also very good for Centaur, who has a terrible mana regen. We did see that last ban out being the Slark from Aethereal Nexus, so they're just concentrating on getting rid of any hard carries. I'm trying to guess what kind of hard carry Prancing Roosters are going to choose. You've still got the AM, but Legion Commander kind of ruins AM. What else do we have? We have the Nakes, but I don't really like. They could do a Nakes bomb with a Centaur, so that could work very easily. I don't know if I see that happening though. Tinker will be the last ban out. I mean, look, right now it does look like a Nakes pickup, but when you've got a Legion Commander Juggernaut on the opposing team, it's not the best kind of pickup to get, because Juggernaut is a natural counter to Nakes, and Legion Commander isn't bad herself with going up against the Nakes. So they've got a big decision to make. There is still a Spectre. If they want to take this really late, they can spec up here. Although that being said, Aethereal Nexus, they have the kind of draft to take care of a spec early and really make her suffer and farm. Just waiting on that last pickup. The reserve time almost over. And it is a Weaver. Oh, and a quick Broodmother pick. So is this a... Okay, so this can go two ways. It can be Brood mid, Jug safe lane, Legion off lane. Or it can be Brood off lane, Jug mid lane, Legion Commander off lane. I'm sorry. Hold on, I said, yeah, no, so it can be Brood mid, or it can be Brood off lane. It can be Jug mid or Jug safe lane. It can be Legion Commander off lane or Legion Commander safe lane. But it looks like they plan to finish this game early on Aethereal Nexus' side. Prancing Roosters not so much, but they haven't got... I don't know how they're going to defend against this Broodmother. A lot of resources will have to be put into getting that true sight. And you're going to have to make sure you're keeping an eye on her, because those Broodlings, they're going to be a pain in the ass. Nevertheless, we'll see how it goes in just a moment. I'm just interested in seeing where Brood's going to lane. I'd love to see it in a mid lane. I don't think it is going to be a mid lane Brood. I think it's going to be a mid lane Jug. But even, like, Jug isn't the best mid laner up against an OD. Alright guys, with further ado, I will go through the heroes and the draft. So we see Tip the Strippers, he's on that LC off lane. See the SB, being played by Galaxy this time around. Crossades will be on the Lion. See, Tumo will be on the Brood, so this will be a mid Broodmother, which is what I like to see. And the safe lane Juggernaut being played by Odd Dude again. Meanwhile, on Prancing Roosters' end, we have Cedar Boy on that Weaver, he'll be on the safe lane. We have Chainsaw, he's playing that Centaur off lane. We have a Shandi on the mid OD. We have Waterpotamus playing that Silencer. And finally, we have Merc, who'll be on that CM again. Both teams showing some good sportsmanship, saying good luck, have fun, it's been a pleasure. Good to see. I mean, Tumo, I'm definitely assuming he's mid lane. But he's going to the top lane, sorry, but it looks like he's only going for the purpose of being able to steal the rune. Got to be careful though, Merc has a sentry. Some nice warding from Mo. Bit of harass. He can do this. It's almost like baiting out Merc to place a sentry now. In fact, he'll place it out, but he'll get a D ward for his trouble. And yeah, Mo, he will be going mid lane. That's the right decision to make. They're not going to be ready for this mid lane brood. And OD isn't the worst hero up against the brood, but it's not the best either. Because like Astral can take out a lot of those broodlings, but you need a few levels before you can do it. So Tumo, he might be able to steal a very quick tier 1 and really harass the hell out of Ashandi. And worst case scenario, if he struggles in lane, he goes up to the jungle and pretty much make something happen there. You can see Waterpotamus, he's rotating straight away to get a sentry down. Make sure Tumo won't be able to just have free reign in the mid lane. He should very well soon know that there's a sentry, but he does have 2 himself. Oh, and it's misplaced. Not going to be happy about that. So he knows he's on the uphill now. He had to place it on his own uphill for the sake of it not getting dewarded straight away, because he doesn't have the he does not have the quelling blade to just destroy that sentry straight away, but bit of a waste. And he'll have to place the second one once he's close to the tier 1. And they're really harassing him at the moment with that arcane curse. Broodlings are coming up though, and he should have his soul ring very soon. In fact, I think it's on the way. Yes, it is. So he'll be able to start spamming those that spawn spiderlings very soon. Top lane, we see Tip Strippers. He's up against. Where is our Weaver? There he is. Cedar Boy and Merc's there. Looks like Cedar Boy took a bit of harass though. Also, he's a decent offlane. In fact, he still has a bounty rune under Merc's vision as well. And Cedar Boy actually comes in. They're going to get a kill on Tip the Strippers right now. They need another Frostbite. Not enough mana, and it doesn't look like he's going to be in range anyway. And he will salve up. If they can cancel this, it's still a win, and they will get it. So Tip the Strippers, he did it because he had to, but loses a big amount of regen. And Ashandi, look at the damage he's copying from those broodlings. He's taken them too far, though. He's going to feed them now. And he's fed a few. Not too many. You just got to be careful not to feed them to the opposing heroes, because they give a lot of gold. And he gets rid of the Observer Ward and sentries, and now he's going to go into Waterpotamus. And this is the thing with a brood, you can't really stop him. Like, you can do the Astrals as much as you want, but eventually those spiderlings are going to be maxed out, and it's going to be so painful to deal with them. That's why Silencer has to stick around with him this whole time. Waterpotamus literally can't leave this lane right now. Because if he does, I mean, it's going to mean that OD is just going to die. This may also force out a maxed out Arcane Curse straight away. And oh, Ashandi cops so much damage. Now the web's coming down, and he's used Astral on himself, but he should die here from Tumo. The spawn spiderlings, there it is. And one last hit on Ashandi. Oh, he doesn't actually get it. The fog. And Ashandi's actually back off. Now the webs, can he get that last hit? Looks like, yeah, he can. Tumo. Good play from Tumo. Obviously knows how to play the Broodmother. And from this point on, he should start dominating. The sentry's down, almost dewarded by Tumo again. And he's going to have to commit to some more sentries. Otherwise, like, they're gonna be able to harass him back. But First Blood goes the way of the Radiant. We haven't even looked at bot lane yet because I've been so hypnotized by this brood pick. Odd Dude. Farming well, top of the last hits board. Crossades and Galaxy are there to help out if necessary. Both position 4 and 5 getting some good levels, both level 3. Oh, actually, Lion's only level 2, but still, almost level 3. And SB's at that point now where he can start, like, really start going and start charging. Making some things happen across the map. Especially in mid lane where there's so much action from Tumo. fact, OD actually comes bot. Can't handle the Broodmother mid. Decides better off going to be coming to bot, but giving the Centaur that giving the Centaur 2-mo to deal with, but I'm not sure if this is the play. I mean, of course the double edge can just take out all the spiderlings at max level, but it depends how silly 2-mo is about it. In fact, Merc looks like he's going to lose his life. There could be a hoof stomp there, but he will lose his life at the end of the day. He is maxing out return aura, so it's not like 2-mo can turn around and hit him back with the spiderlings, but still, another good kill onto Merc now. Bot lane, Silencer. Trying to go into Odd Dude. Can only do so much on his own, though. Oh, good stun out from Chainsaw. Now the double edge gets a lot of creeps. The charge is there, and 2-mo, he can keep going here if he really wants. He needs more spiderlings, though, and no, he'll decide he'd rather just farm a few creeps. The charge stun definitely wasn't long enough anyway. And you need more webs around the lane. One of the shames I personally feel about the Broodmother right now is that the level 25 talent is 225 spiders health. Like, you want that way earlier on in the talent tree, because getting 225 extra HP on spiders at level 25 isn't that big of a deal. Like, most heroes can still clear them pretty easily. And actually, look at CM. He literally can't deal with this, and he gets taken down. Now, Silencer, he's underestimated how much damage they deal, and the hoof stomps there, they want to farm these. They can't find them anymore. The double edge wasn't in time, and now Waterpotamus is going to die. He waited way too long. No, oh, he's going to be able to walk this out. There was no spawn spiderlings coming out from the Broodmother. Not sure if it was on cooldown at the time, but maybe a bit of an error from 2-mo not to use that spawn spiderlings. Maybe it was on cooldown. Didn't quite catch it, unfortunately. You can't forget as well, 2-mo has this great health regen in the spider webs. So at max level, he gets 8 HP regen per second. So if he takes a lot of damage, backs off, just heals up. The same applies to his spiders as well. And mid lane, it's just a D-warding game at the moment. It's just sentry versus sentry. Hoof stomp, baited out and missed. And Merc might lose his life. Stampede committed. Actually baited out the Stampede as well. The double edge gets a few gets a few spiders, so worth using the double edge there. Probably got himself about 100, 150 gold from that. This is the name of the game for Chainsaw right now. It's just hoof stomp double edging those creeps from the Brood. Ashandi, his farms really struggled. Being at that bot lane is not what you really want as an OD. They've rotated bot as well. The supports, they're coming in to try and help out this OD a bit, but leaving Centaur here by himself against the Brood, I don't know if that's the best idea. Because once the double edge is gone, the Centaur cannot handle this Brood. Galaxy in position to go. Waterpotamus has to be careful. Merc might be able to scout out Galaxy. In fact, I think he just might. And Galaxy's going to make a quick charge here. Not quite yet. He's got to charge as fast as he can. Oh, he was about to use it, but got frostbitten. Now he will. And he actually charged Waterpotamus, and he gets Astral up. He's in big trouble here. And I think mid lane something's happening as well. But Galaxy looks like he will end up going down. There is a spin. 2-mo trying to go after Chainsaw. So they did end up getting the kill onto Galaxy from Waterpotamus. And mid lane, it's just a bit of creep skipping going on. He's really trying to force this creep wave to come in, take that tier 1 out. And he's being very cheeky here, 2-mo. In fact, Waterpotamus is going to lose his life. He TP's in, but he can't survive this kind of barrage. And Merc has to be careful not to lose his life as well. In fact, they kill a lot of the spiderlings off, but still, this Brute's getting a lot out of this lane. Cedar Boy, he hasn't had free farm. Like he's been up against this LC, which hasn't been the easiest, but still farming okay. Very behind the Juggernaut, but we saw last game that doesn't really matter too much. As long as he's able to maintain himself in this lane. Oh, tip the stripper. Can he get the jewel off? He's looking for it. There it is. I don't think this is a kill. There is a charge though. So, I mean, the Sakuchi's not going to matter too much. Now the time lapse. Still copping a lot of damage, that charge. Is he going to keep going after this? They will spot Galaxy out charging. So now Weaver will know to get the hell out of there. And yeah, he'll just sit at the tier 1. Actually, Crossades gets taken out from Woodopotamus. Solo pretty much. Oh, good double edge. And the hoof stomp as well. Didn't get all the creeps, but got quite a few. Tumo really wants to take out this tier 1. He's going to start creep skipping again. He must know by this point there's a sentry between those towers to try and stop this from happening. Oh, hoof stomp missed again. Very hard to get the hoof stomp, especially when Brood has such a quick movement speed under those webs. Now a charge as well. They're actually going to go onto him, and he leaves his creeps behind just to get him in the backlines if necessary. In fact, he's microing quite well, going for the silencer. And Chainsaw, he should die here, but he's actually very fast. And will he get away? No, the web's committed. He will get the kill. Mega creep, mega kill onto the Broodmother. Global silence a bit late. And Merc has to be so careful. In fact, he's going to lose his life now. Not sure why he stuck around. Commits the ulti, ends up dying. This should be a tier 1. And this won't be the be-all, end-all. I mean, Brood drops off quite a lot at the later stages of the game. The whole concept of Brood is to finish the game as fast as you can, or at least get a Rax before like the 25-30 minute mark. Oh, looks like OD's in big trouble here. There's a charge out onto Centaur. And looks like he did commit the Stampede, but he will end up... No, it doesn't end up going down. Tumo's pretty much had free reign over this lane though. I mean, yeah, he's gonna take out this tier 1. He's got a double damage. Chainsaw's gonna try and make something happen, but can't risk it with that ulti being available in Brood right now. In fact, and he's actually gonna rotate and start farming that the dire jungle now. Chainsaw will find him, but it's just too late. The webs really allow him to get out so easily. Apart from Tumo, not too much else going on around the map. Everyone's just farming very calmly. Mid lane is where all the action is, because they're just concentrating so hard on trying to take out this Broodmother, who, mind you, has 8k net worth now at 14 minutes in, which is absolutely massive. He's about 2.5k in front of the safe lane Juggernaut, who's basically had free farm this whole time. And Jug going for that same sort of build as we saw in the other games, going straight for a Yasha after the phase boots. Wants to rush the Manta style. Tip the Stripper has the jewel available. Cedar Boy wants to go for some kind of kill. Won't be able to. In fact, there's a TP straight out from LC. Hoof Stomp. Good attempt, but it misses. And there'll be another kill for Tumo. They get a lot of Spiderlings out of that, though. The double edge cleans them up. And you got to question whether the trade is worth it or not sometimes. Take out a support CM, but you lost a lot of creeps. A lot of gold given the way of the Centaur. Luckily the Centaur isn't like a carry, but at this early stage of the game where anyone needs farm, you don't want to give it away. Looks like Tumo's actually going for a Radiance as well. Oh, tip the strippers. He's going for a duel attempt. Sakuchi is there. They can turn around to the silencer, but now it's not looking good. Actually, Tumo gets a kill onto Shandi. Now Chainsaw's there, but oh, Merc. Oh, Merc. He uses the dust, but he gets taken out. Things are getting bad to worse for Prancing Roosters at the moment, and this is the man to blame right now. 9-0. He literally has every kill on Aethereal Nexus's end. And there's actually a duel onto the Centaur, and Centaur will be dying. The Finger of Death committed. My goodness, I mean, they could literally take a Rax here. If they wanted to, they could force a Rax. Centaur is down, and with these Spiderlings, they can't clear them without the Centaur. And no, they're deciding not to. They go for a smoke, and they want to get some pickoffs here. Keep that momentum going. Weaver, Sakuchi straight away. Cedar Boy does not want a bar of it. Things slow down once again. There is a smoke attempt here from Prancing Roosters. But it's almost like they're aware of it. Odd dude. Oh no, he's not. Chainsaw. Oh, he misses the hoof stomp though. Reactions were a bit slow, unfortunately. Now the charge came in from Galaxy. The Frostbite's there, Stampede as well. And Galaxy will lose his life for charging in, I think. Commits the ulti, but doesn't get it off. Now the silence coming out. It was a bit late, but at the end of the day, LC looks like he's going to lose his life as well, so it was good. And Tumo's there, gets the kill onto CM. Now, going onto the silence, I should be able to get a kill onto him as well. Does, so it's a double kill for Tumo. Can they keep going here? Tumo decides he wants to, and Ashandi, the TP was a mistake. Triple kill, and that'll be at the end of it, but I mean, Tumo, he's godlike at the moment. He's got a triple kill just then. He's got a Radiance as well, mind you. Tier 2 will be the target now. Sakuchi being used to try and clear some of these creeps. And is sort of effective, I suppose, but if they have a silent, Cedar Boy is screwed. In fact, they don't. There's a hoof stomp from Chainsaw. There's a stun from Lion. And just the mana drain. There is a charge coming in, but he'll want to cancel that. The Manta style is available on Odd Dude as well, and I mean, this is turning into a real struggle for Prancing Roosters right now. They got the Lincolns on Cedar Boy, but it will only block one spell at the end of the day. It's really dependent on Chainsaw to get an amazing hoof stomp, which is not easy against this draft. Tipped Stripper. Cedar Boy's being chasing him at the moment. Got to be careful. A lot of people coming to help him out, and Tipped Stripper's going to lose his life here. Stampede committed as well. Odd dude. Looks like they were just running away from the Juggernaut. I thought they were going to initiate in. Probably were scared that an Omni Slash was coming. In fact, Tumo, he's just pushing this top lane out to force him back. And he's just going to sit here and wait calmly. As soon as somebody walks within this vicinity, they're dead. And he's got an Oblivion... sorry, not Oblivion, an Orchid Malevolence now. So, Cedar Boy, if they break his Lincolns, he's getting silenced, and that'll be the end of him. I mean, the side of Prancing Roosters, they've really got to try and sit back, trust in their late game, and farm, which they are trying to do, but the pressure is just immense right now. 12-0 onto Tumo. Odd Dude's farming very well. Galaxy, he's making a charge. It's just onto the mid creeps though, I believe. Yes, it is. Only 10 dual damage on Tipped Strippers, but his farm speaks for itself. He's got the Blink Dagger. He's almost got a Blade Mail. In fact, I think he has the full thing in his stash. There is an Astral there. Now the Stampede, they really want Tumo. And they should be able to get him, but he's going to try and man-fight this. Merc might lose his life. Commits the ulti. Ashandi has to be careful not to lose his life. The lifesteal is absolutely massive here. And he can just take on everyone, apparently. The Sanity's Eclipse. That's a triple kill for Tumo. And he's going to keep going. Ashandi, he'll be the next target. And I think he's dead. Oh, no. Astral's there. Is there a charge from Galaxy? He's got the ult available. And he will commit it. Can he get a lucky bash? No, he can't. He uses the charge. Can they get the kill on Ashandi? Yes, they can. That's 4 dead, and Tumo got 3 of them. Galaxy will lose his life, but it's not too big of a deal. And Cedar Boy will get it. And now can he get Odd Dude? Oh, he's going to die. The Omni Slash and the silence from Tumo. And this will be... I mean, the buybacks come out. And, I mean, that's exactly what the Radiant wants. Because they can just wait for another opportunity and make it happen again. The lifesteal, Insatiable Hunger, is massive. He's level 3 Insatiable Hunger, 140% bonus, 140% bonus lifesteal, and 140 bonus damage. So it's massive. It's a big deal, sort of. Like I said, Brood will drop off at the later stages of the game, but once you got that first Rax, I mean, it really hurts a draft like the Prancing Roosters draft. And in fact, I think Tumo's going again. He gets hoof stomped this time. I think this is him dead. He's got the lifesteal though. He's going to try and man fight this 2 chains. He's going to die here. No, the Astrals there basically saves him. The Sim commits the ultimate. They're all dying here. Double kill. And they're going to keep going. And Woodopotamus will be next. And there's the ulti from the SB. That's a rampage for Tumo. My goodness. And I'm wondering whether they call this GG well played. Because I don't think they can stop this. It is a semi-finals, and I know these guys have a lot of heart, so they're not going to. And yeah, they're complimenting on how unreal this Brood is. Which, for anyone watching, this is how you play a Brood Mother. I mean, my goodness, Tumo. 20-0 at the moment. They're going to try and go on to Tip the Stripper. In fact, they get it. The mid tier 3 is going down. And Tumo's not really scared, but he doesn't have that Insatiable Hunger, which has saved him so many times right now. That tier 3 in mid is almost down. The Broodling's doing a lot of damage there. And in fact, he'll back them off. So LC goes down at the end of the day, but that'll be it. And still, only 1 racks down. No GG well played being called quite yet. Just a few compliments going out to Tumo, who's literally got 20 out of the 23 kills for his team right now. Apart from that, the shrines are beginning to be taken. Shandi, unfortunately, only has the 4-staff right now. Really has been struggling with that farm. From the mid lane down to the bot lane, just has not gotten a break, really. And with these webs, this Broodmother, he's just going to stick around in the jungle, take all that farm from the dire end. And when they're ready, they'll take the mid racks and the bot racks. In fact, this will be the point when they do. They'll take the Aegis first. I'm assuming it's either going to go to Tumo or Jug. They'll wait till the Insatiable Hunger's back up, which will be in 40 seconds. And Bob's your uncle will be back in. In fact, the Bloodthorn's almost up on Brood now. Needs about 150 gold, so maybe wait that out. That'll be the finishing touches. However, if Prancing Roosters can defend, then they could pull this game back. The gold lead is 30k in the way of Aethereal Nexus right now. And 20k XP, so all signs are leading to the Radiant's end. This tier 3 is standing on its last legs at the moment. They're going to try their best to defend this. Bot lane is being pushed in while all this is going on, so this is a bit of a split push going here. And the question is, which one do they defend? And can they defend against this Broodmother, who literally 5v1s them? You see the boy using that Sakuchi. If they can get a duel off on tip to strippers, this could be massive. Brood setting in those Spiralings one by one, just chipping that tower down. There's a charge as well, and actually it was straight onto the Centaur, but now he's in the middle of the base. They're going to have to initiate now. The duel is on the Silencer. No Global Silence coming out. They want to kill him straight away. They do with the Omni Slash. That's a double kill for Odd Dude. And now they're going to kill off this this poor Crystal Maiden. The mid-racks is going down. There's no buybacks available. I think that might be GG well played. They're going to try and hold this out just a bit. Ashandi, he's using the Astrals. The buyback is out from the SB, so he can charge back in when he wants to. But that's 2 racks down now. The 3rd racks will be going down as well. Tumo, he's actually going to take out this Broodmother as well, and that will be gone. And, I mean, they're holding on right now. I imagine the GG well played is going to come out in any second. And there it is. Indeed it is GG. Sanity's Eclipse as a celebration. And guys, that will be the series for today, which does mean Aethereal Nexus will go to the grand finals. And I'm assuming we'll be seeing that Brood again, because my goodness, 22-0 on a Brood. Guys, I appreciate watching. Congratulations to Aethereal Nexus. GG will play to both teams. Prancing Roosters taking 1 game at least, putting up a good fight. At the end of the day, guys, the better team won, and they will go on to the grand final, so best of luck to them. It has been Michael and Phoenix casting this game. If you guys enjoyed what you see, consider following on the Twitch, the YouTube, and the Twitter. I do this pretty darn often, so if you want to support me a bit, consider following. Otherwise, if you've got any criticism, just let me know in any form you really like. Otherwise, guys, I have to go to work in about an hour, so I've got to get ready. It's been Michael and Phoenix. You guys have a great day ahead. Thanks for watching.